Static erupted first. Abort code. Fractured broken syllables spilled across radio 2 minutes late, 2 minutes fatal. Rooftop fire bloomed, muzzle flashes tore, dark tracers curved down, dust lifted, silence shattered into chaos, sudden. Alley narrowed, smoke pressed thick shadows, merged glint of wire stretched low, trap revealed only when too close. Convoy horn wailed, engine roared loud, steel pinned tight exit lanes, sealed urban grid turned into cage. Leaders' watch ticked second hand, rigid abort window. Missed, choice, dissolved, survival, redefined under fire. Grenade clanged, stone metal rolled, hollow blast. Thundered, shockwave bent walls. Dust swallowed, breath whole. Scouts' chalk mark smeared, arrow faded gray. Warning blurred, time erased, consequence carved in concrete. Overwatch glass cracked, scope clouded, silhouettes multiplied, rooftop arcs, endless decision forced into split second. Medical pouch ripped, morphine snapped open, gloves pressed, wounds tight, silence screamed louder than any voice. Archive stamped, late report, sealed cold questions, unending haunting truth, filed the abort order. Came too late. Briefing room static maps unfolded, redacted comm logs spread dust, thick silence pressed heavy against every surface. Overhead imagery district blocks shattered, rooftops marked faint white paint, convoy routes traced like veins of failure. Unit profile recorded Reaper 2 for recon, Overwatch blue on the rooftops, JTAC fixed on comms, discipline set like iron. Weapons aligned, metal gleam under dim light, paper rustle, checklists whispered without sound, a ritual of control. Convoy idle outside, MRAP engines, low rumble, diesel breath, steady vibrations creeping along the cracked concrete floor. Signals rehearsed, hands slicing through dust. Nods, quick and sharp movements chained tight. No wasted gesture allowed. Section leader's notes. Graphite strokes fading, coded initials scrawled, exit routes. Underlined twice, pressure carved deep. JTAC bent low, frequency dials clicked, static, hissed, silence, confirmed alignment. Radios waiting to carry the weight. Stairwell climb, Overwatch, pressed barrel to chest, breath metered, slow boots sliding across stone worn thin by years. Scout pacing, fingers brushing brick, eyes on shadowed corners, counting steps between choke points like fragile math. Wristwatch checked, second-hand rigid sync to UTC, exact time, no longer measure of day, but measure of survival. Intelligence overlays, ambush cells, red-marked, communication risks high, every blind spot annotated with trembling ink. UAV stills, antenna arrays, shimmered rooftop debris lined unnatural patterns, geometry, not random, but calculated intent. Asset designated civilian, unarmed, fragile contact, inside grid urgency, stamped urgent failure written in silence. Mission locked, recover, extract, survive. Boundaries clear, cost inevitable, silence deeper than words ever carried. Night vision tested, green haze leaking across walls, rifle optics glowed, shadows stretched long, tension framed in light. Driver checked, convoy gear shift. Clicked, armored hull, rattled faint engine note, unwavering heartbeat of steel. Orders stamped, entry time fixed, fallback routes, red marked, safe house compromised, risk. Underlined, outcome uncertain. Overwatch sketched arcs, rooftops annotated, blind corners circled in black, firing lanes, measured angles sharp as knives. Abort code rehearsed, sequence tapped, drilled into memory. Static burned across ears, words never spoken out loud. Morale cloaked, gestures replacing speech, discipline, masking, fear, silence wound tighter than belts on armored vests. Straps adjusted, sling weight settled, buckles clicked tight, every ounce accepted, ritual of preparation repeated. Doorway framed, sandbags stacked, sodium lamp leaking, weak light shadows cut across faces, stillness heavy as stone. Thermal scope sweep, rooftops bled, white heat, alleyways, black voids, patterns cold, city waiting, alive with risk. Abort rehearsal signaled, leader's hand raised, no words, only nods. Acknowledgement sealed in silence, duty unbroken. Intel notes added, previous attempts stalled by interference, sabotage, suspected warnings filed, but never confirmed. Checklist recited magazines, counted optics, cleaned batteries, secured water rations, noted smoke canisters in place. Sights aligned, crosshairs fixed steady rooftops, framed horizon, locked anticipation etched sharper than breath itself. Encryption set, JTAC locked keys, dials spun tight, channels sealed, silence confirmed, readiness, static pressed low. Cohesion, visible eyes met across dim light. Trust exchanged in glances, nods replaced words, bonds written in silence. Convoy staged, dust tremors rattled glass engines, steady hum, headlights blacked out formation, locked in waiting. Maps folded, creased and stamped waterproof sleeve, sealed intelligence, secured contingencies written between lines. Ambiance shifted sirens, distant, fading silence. Overtook boots pressed against stone, heartbeats louder than engines. Order clear, move time locked, mission edges drawn, risks acknowledged. Silence became the final language of resolve. Case file closed. P1 ends in stillness, anticipation. Thick weight pressing down, silence sealed the opening frame. Alley narrowed walls closing in echoes, sharp dust floating, suspicion heavier than the gear strapped across our backs. Static pulsed abort code, flickered broken fragments of letters not full. Just enough to seed doubt deep inside. Antenna rattled, wind carried signal, faint distortion. Every hiss felt deliberate, manufactured, meant to confuse. Overwatch spotted, glint metal flashed once, rooftop 3 floors up, reflection vanished before crosshairs could lock. Team halted, formation shifted tighter, rifles canted upward. Silence wrapped tighter, breath caught in throats. Wristwatch ticked seconds slower than memory, abort window, uncertain confusion measured in broken time. Scout kneeled, boots scuffing chalk, faint footprints overlapped directions, conflicted weight pressed into dust. Distant clang metal pinged across concrete, too sharp to be random. Echo dragged, suspicion deeper. UAV feed froze, pixels fractured rooftop geometry. Twisted noise overtook clarity, analysis cut short. Map overlay updated, red lines grew thicker, escape routes. Narrowing, suspicion turned into geometry of entrapment. Section leader raised hand, formation. Reoriented, arcs of fire widened, eyes scanned rooftops. Nothing moved. Heat shimmer twisted, alley air rippled, false movement stirred vision, fractured between fact and trick. JTAC tuned frequencies, channels doubled, interference bloomed, signals layered, truth buried beneath noise. Dust cloud drifted, fine grains hung, suspended shadows cut across it, every speck a warning. Convoy engines idled, distant rumble, steady, yet too steady, like patience waiting for ambush. Footsteps echoed, unknown cadence, 1-2, then silent sound vanished before direction confirmed. Rooftop shape shifted, shadow stretched, wrong edges bent, suspicion fixed itself to that single frame. Abort phrase repeated, static, carved half words. No confirmation, only suspicion coded in broken signals. Unit adjusted, slings, metal clink, faint too loud. Echo rang like alarm against concrete walls. Thermal sweep failed, image cut, black rooftop void, no heat, no pattern, suspicion amplified. Section notes recalled warnings of decoy signals, sabotage, suspected history repeating within minutes. Overwatch scope flickered, green glow, stuttered, crosshairs drifted, rooftop silhouettes blurred into haze. Scout raised, fist halted mid-step, faint scuff heard, brick chipped movement too fast to trace. Alley narrowed again, trash shifted underfoot. Clatter rang, silence crushed it instantly, suspicion swelled. Intel packet reviewed, abort codes highlighted, redundancy, missing protocol, fragile risk of collapse, imminent. Leader glanced, sky antenna arrays pointed, wrong signals bent through steel, suspicion aligned with structure. Dust shimmered across barrel, heat waves, distorted mirage formed, every flicker a potential trigger. Convoy static bled low, hum rising, comms distorted, words blurred, suspicion pinned to unseen source. Rooftop arc, empty yet, crosshairs insisted, shadow lingered. Geometry betrayed reality, doubt etched deep. Map folded, hard corners bent, ink smudged, escape line marked twice, yet no longer trustworthy. Footfall cracked stone, single step, then none, echo circled, suspicion fed by void it left. JTAC reported silence, channels open, yet no voice, only hiss. Suspected jamming, unseen, hand-turning dial. Scout pointed low marks on wall, scraped fresh paint-flaked line drawn like warning unspoken. Breath caught every chest rising, slow suspicion heavy as armor waiting for break that never came. Case file marked P2 concluded suspicion, fully seated formation, tense environment, hostile decision point looming. Rooftop flash rifle cracked, sudden muzzle bloom sharp. Round snapped low, silence shattered, chaos broke across the alley. Teams scattered formation, bent out, arcs, widened boots, scraped stone, discipline, strained hard against sudden incoming fire. Dust erupted, brick shattered, overhead fragments rained down, vision fractured into streaks, the alley turned battlefield. Overwatch countered controlled bursts from rooftop muzzle flares, marked rhythm shadows, ducked angles cut sharper. JTAC pressed, headset static roared through interference. Gnawed seconds away, fire coordination dragged, danger multiplied. Scout rolled prone rifle, pressed steady barrel tracking arc. Slow trigger restrained patience, forced inside a storm of noise. Grenade clanged, metal bounced twice, hiss spilled, smoke spread thick, visibility, collapsed, whirled, turned to shifting gray walls. Leader signaled. Brake hand sliced air, sharp squad pivoted left, hard momentum dragged down by armor. Silence gone. Convoy engines roared, diesel tremor shook, cracked asphalt formation locked outside grid, steel heart unable to push through. Rooftop shadow leaned forward. Muzzle bloom, bright tracers, carved long lines, arcs bent downward, chaos poured heavy. Alley filled, thick dust and smoke blended together, silhouettes merged, ghost-like chaos. Pressed order into fragile threads. JTAC called strike. Static clipped the code, confirmation dragged overhead. Channels' silent seconds grew dangerously long. Sniper's round, cracked close wall, chipped near visor edge, stone sliced cheek skin, shock, absorbed only by drilled control. Unit split, fast. Half-pressed flank tight, left half anchored. Center, strong cohesion bent, not yet broken apart. Scout returned fire suppression bursts, tight, ricochet sparks, danced every shot, carved seconds, room to shift positions. Leader pointed roof designated target above Overwatch, adjusted calmly. Single round, dropped clean shadow, fell away. Silence fractured again, return fire poured hard angles, shifted across windows, chaos doubled every frame hostile. Grenade smoke lifted, gray veil tore apart rooftop lights. Sparked alive muzzle flash, cut fresh arcs, chaos spiked. JTAC raised flare green glow, cut smoke wide signal marked in air. QRF faint reply, pierced noise far away. Alley wall collapsed, sudden bricks rained like hail, plume of grit, rose sharp formation forced to shift new ground. Scout sprinted low, crouch held rifle forward, boots skidded across stone doorway, swallowed him. Chaos pressed heavy behind. Convoy horn blasted deep warning tone coded sharp signal urgent exit lanes marked hostile time nearly lost. Leader traced sharp arc hand cut left then down pivot executed clean bounding move realigned squad under fire. Rooftop muzzle bloomed fast, rounds angled low across alley sparks leapt from helmets fragments ricocheted past. Overwatch fired, counter steady, controlled pairs, timed, barrel glowed, faint red smoke, curled long, chaos, squeezed tighter. JTAC shouted code signal urgent red comm jam, peaked thick confirmation lines. Empty, silence pressed, unbearable. Scout hurled smoke left, canister hissed, harsh white wall spread wide escape line painted seconds of cover space. Leader motioned flankers, two sprinted wide arcs, boots hammered grit dust, sprayed up fire, trailed close behind. Grenade detonated center concave echo rolled, shockwave struck, chest heavy air, folded chaos surged in pulses. Formation pivoted crisp arcs, shifted wide cover swapped tight unit, moved as one rhythm sustained in storm. Sniper angle lost again. Target ducked hard. Rooftop silent. Now suspicion lingered, thick absence louder than noise. JTAC confirmed strike late delay cleared sudden overhead boom faint distant sky pulsed bright support too slow. Convoy edged forward engines surged deep wheels crushed rubble sharp armored weight. dragged dust clouds along. Alley narrowed, harsh fire focused like spear bullets, streaked sparks, walls cratered, raw chaos funneled narrow. Scout poured cover fire bursts, held rhythm tight. Smoke layered, double unit clawed fragile order from storm. Leader checked wrist again, seconds drawn thin, abort code still missing. Decision window, bleeding empty fast. Overwatch rotated, wide scope swept rooftops, long shadows multiplied, false silhouettes blurred across smoky lines. Grenade thumped, distant hollow note, echoed back. Wave rolled into sector chaos, spread outward, lines unstable. JTAC tuned again, hard channels split, static interference, deep, faint coded tones scratched weak but not clear. Formation pressed forward, boots slammed stone in rhythm, rifles braced, ready control, fought chaos with muscle memory. Convoy horn blared, long engine rev matched armored hull, braced signal carried, move now or die here. Scout chalked wallmark, arrow drawn fast. Paint scraped, signal coded order carved visibly inside storm thick. Leader raised, open palm, halt forced. Sudden silence returned short. Chaos paused, sharp danger, heavier and quiet. Rooftop fire sparked sharp again. Chaos reignited, fierce squad surged forward. Relentless cover traded for sheer momentum. Case file logged. Controlled chaos, sealed formation bent but alive, report marked decision forced inside, minutes left. Abort order confirmed, late static broke into clarity, but window gone, formation already caught inside hostile jaws. Rooftop sparks ignited, sharp fire cascaded downward. Alley narrowed, chaos spiked, decision point impossible to avoid. Grenade clatter echoed, hollow metal bounced twice, detonation. Imminent walls shook, air filled with pulverized grit. Convoy braked, sudden steel hulls screeched engines. Strained dust rose, exit path, sealed tight with hostile arcs. Leader raised fist, halt. Enforced silence crushed seconds. Hearts thumped hard. Breaking point arrived without warning. IED wire glinted, faint thin line across doorframe sunlight. Betrayed trap, hidden destruction waiting to be sprung. Scout marked danger fast, chalk scraped wall, arrow downward. Warning carved in haste, decision time shortened. Overwatch spotted movement silhouette. Bent low, muzzle angled. Rooftop geometry, shifted trap, confirmed, undeniable. JTAC screamed, code channel burned, static, abort order cut again, delay, fatal confirmation, too late. Grenade smoke flooded corner visibility, erased muzzle fire. Cut through haze, silhouettes, swarmed shadows. Convoy horn, long signal, urgent armor braced, but alley sealed, no clear way forward. Steel pinned in grid. Wall cracked, heavy IED shockwave thundered, bricks cascaded, ground. Trembled, formation split by force. Dust engulfed, alley vision gone, boots stumbled, blind order, strained, breaking point bent, control, near collapse. Overwatch countered, late tracer arcs cut gray. But targets multiplied, rooftop shadows, endless bullets fell like rain. Scout dragged, wounded armor scraped stone, weight doubled, formation, strained harder, momentum bleeding away. JTAC confirmed, overhead airstrike delayed minutes, sky useless, ground fight. Locked decision rested on seconds. Leader gestured, sharp pivot, upward stairwell, marked rooftop escape, only path left, alley, death trap closed. Formation surged, vertical boots, hammered stairs, rifles braced close, chaos compressed upward, every step survival. Grenade echoed below, detonation, hollow stairwell, shook, dust cascaded down, roof escape demanded urgency. Convoy reversed, harsh engines screamed, armor scraped walls, retreat, partial urban grid cut, movement like knife. Overwatch shifted high. Scope framed distant shadow, single shot, cracked rooftop, cleared momentarily, fragile space gained. Leader scanned horizon, IED traps glinted, far wires tangled across exit lanes. Traps multiplied like web. JTAC tuned again, channels broken, comms jam locked, abort code echoed, hollow confirmation useless. Scout fired, burst cover, steady stairwell secured, but rooftop above still hostile, chaos surged vertical. Grenade rolled close, metal scraped stone, flash exploded, white bodies pressed, wall blast swallowed air. Convoy doors opened, crew braced rifles out, engines roared, armor shook, but movement stuck fast in choke. Rooftop blaze returned, angles, sharp arcs bent inward, fire collapsed, stairwell escape line shredded thin. Formation clawed, higher boots, slid rifles fired back. Cohesion, fragile breaking point stretched tighter. JTAC called flare signal, bright green QRF, distant echo answered, but distance long minutes too slow. Leader checked watch. Seconds bled fast, abort confirmed late. No turning back, choice narrowed to break free. Scout threw smoke upward, canister hissed, rooftop veiled gray. Chance created escape, seconds purchased. Rooftop cleared partial, overwatch fired, clean shadows ducked. Space widened, formation climbed higher. Convoy shook ground again, armor-backed hard steel crushed debris, engines screamed, but path sealed. Stairwell cracked under weight, plaster rained down, boots stomped urgent, rooftop edge within reach. Grenade fragments sliced air, metal shards, streaked helmets rang, order wavered, breaking point pressed deeper. JTAC raised hand high, signal-coded QRF inbound closer. Now dust trails faint across horizon line. Leader motioned, final push, rooftop edge squad surged out, chaos below, thundered air thick with smoke. Rooftop breached hard formation, spilled across rifles, scanning arcs, horizon red, city burned beneath. Convoy trapped inside, grid horn blared again, armor pressed immobile, breaking point locked ground below. Case file marked P4 complete, abort too late. Escape forced, upward formation bent to breaking, yet mission survived. Rooftop air thinned, smoke lingered, lungs burned, shallow silence pressed down, aftermath, heavier than the fight itself. Squad regrouped, bodies counted in shadows, nods exchanged. Quick relief, muted discipline, kept sorrow locked tight. JTAC scanned log. Static hissed, constant abort codes confirmed late, inked into report failure measured in minutes. Wounded hauled back, armor scraped, rooftop bandages wrapped fast. Hands trembling but precise, survival clung thin. Leader checked faces, eyes hollow, skin gray with dust. Each man alive yet weighted with silence unspoken. Convoy engines distant, still pinned inside grid horns, silent now, steel trapped in concrete web of fire. Scouts chalk marks, smeared arrow, fading warning. Blurred by smoke, symbol of near loss, erased by aftermath. Overwatch lowered scope barrel, smoked faint crosshairs, still horizon empty, rooftops cleared but heavy with ghosts. Med kit snapped open, ampules cracked, morphine pressed sharp. Breath steadied, slow pain dulled beneath procedure. Blood pooled, dark, absorbed by rooftop dust. No words spoken, only cloth pressed. Silence mourned louder. Section leader wrote quick notes, scrawled tight timestamps, marked decision points etched. Regret hidden in ink. JTAC reset, dials frequencies aligned. Again, silence returned. Comms clear now, but too late for trust. Convoy transmission, faint engine coughs carried status red, withdrawal, delayed extraction, hanging thin. Smoke curled higher, city smoldered below, alleys burned, black rooftops, scarred, aftermath etched permanent. Squad pulled security perimeter, formed rifles, braced, steady eyes, scanned wide, tension, still alive. Leader crouched low, map unfolded, escape route, redrawn, alley marked, blocked, rooftop, path forced. QRF echo, distant rotors faint across horizon. Promise of relief, but minutes stretched endless. Scout drank water, canteen, metal-dented sip, metallic throat, burned dry, ritual small but grounding. Overwatch eyes, red scope, rested useless. Smoke stung hard, yet gaze refused to leave skyline. Convoy remained silent. No horn, no engine surge, steel, immobile, aftermath carried weight heavier than combat. Medics pressed hard, tourniquets cinched, gloves smeared dust and blood. Silence filled space where screams should be. Section log, updated decision marked, late abort, coded failure notes, written sharp line, sealed official. JTAC exhaled, slow, headset rested against chest, static. Gone comms, silent now, weight replaced by regret. Squad eyes met, nods slow, trust intact, fear buried beneath routine aftermath bound them tighter. Rooftop wind, cold dust carried away, night closed in city, whispered low echoes of battle fading. Leader sealed pouch maps, folded notes, stored evidence, locked report, prepared for warfront archives. Scouts' boots, cracked tile footsteps, heavy exhaustion, clear every move weighed twice by memory. Overwatch chamber cleared rifle, checked, slow, bolt slid back, steel clinked hollow, silence filled gap. Convoy lights flickered faint glow through smoke extraction near aftermath closing into final tally. Drawer closed, heavy stamp thudded once, ink bled red, silence lingered aftermath, weighed heavier than any voice could carry. Archive room, dim fluorescent hum lingered. Dust hung heavy across shelves, silence deeper than the alleys we barely escaped alive. Evidence spread wide, maps unfolded sharp notes, redacted thick comm logs, stamped questions weighed heavier than answers could ever. Abort order logged timestamp, exact 2 minutes late, delay, fatal consequence, irreversible suspicion, etched permanent in record. Leader's handwriting, jagged strokes, uneven regret, carved between lines. Memory trapped forever in ink, stained black. JTAC headset placed aside, static, gone, silence settled, yet echoes of fractured signals lingered in skulls like ghosts. Overwatch scope, stored glass, cracked, faint scratches ran deep, reminder of rooftops that almost ended us within seconds. Scouts' chalk remnants arrow, smeared across wall photo, fading under soot, symbol of warning, erased by smoke. Convoy report, sealed steel pinned, immobile engines, ground silent path, locked by design, urban trap, written in stone. Medical logs, clinical morphine measured precise blood loss. Calculated tourniquets listed humanity reduced to numbers. Case officer noted abort phrase, compromised call sign overlap, flawed verification system failed where lives depended. Timeline reconstructed minute by minute, seconds highlighted red gaps, unexplained truth missing inside silence. Satellite overlays pinned rooftop arcs, drawn sharp blind spots circled heavy proof city itself conspired against us. Witness statements, sparse nods, slow faces, pale eyes, hollow. No words recorded, silence stood as only testimony. Intel flagged anomaly signal interference, constant source. Unexplained, no jammer, located question filed unresolved. Rooftop debris, tagged casings, labeled fragments, weighed each piece, silent witness to fire that nearly consumed us. Archive stamped restricted folders, sealed tight access, controlled truth hidden beneath layers of clearance unseen. Leader scribbled blunt timing, killed us words, final, no, flourish, pure fact evidence, heavy as stone. JTAC notes, revised channels aligned, post-mission interference. Still unexplained, silence where answers should live. Overwatch filed late scope, aligned targets, tracked shadows, multiplied rooftop geometry, denied clarity forever. Scouts warning archived arrows, photographed chalk, smudged each mark, proof of danger felt too late. Convoy driver listed engines, checked gears, flawless, still trapped. Choke, confirmed grid, designed as cage. Analyst inserted note, abort protocol, single-layered redundancy. Missing flaw, systemic correction, demanded urgent. QRF arrival marked rotors, late dust trails, faint reinforcement seen only when aftermath already sealed. Archive shelves filled, spines stamped, failed cases stacked, each folder whispering of patterns repeating endlessly. Silence carried long air, pressed heavy men present, yet absent thought, caught between memory and void. Case reviewer asked why signals fractured, why orders delayed, why lessons ignored, why silence repeated. File locked firm, drawer slid closed, stamp thudded, soft ink, bled red report sealed against time itself. Rooftop photo pinned, skyline gray smoke, rising faint frame, static image louder in questions left behind. Archive lights flickered, shadows stretched wide, silence, whispered deep report. Complete yet truth fractured still. Drawer slid shut, stamp thudded, soft ink, bled red, silence lingered, heavy, unanswered questions echoing long after the file closed.